Alright, I'm David, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the game of table tennis, or what you guys would know it as probably ping pong. I've recently just got into it over the last year or two. It's something I don't really play competitively, it's more something I play for fun with my friends and whatnot. First got into it about a year and a half ago. It was actually during high school, my gym class. I was in the middle of probably a season, my basketball season or my tennis season, so I wasn't really going to go all out in gym and risk an injury. So I would kind of just hang out with, which was technically mostly for the girls who didn't want to get changed and ruin their outfits. They would just go in the back and play ping pong. So I would do that, and I got to meet a lot of people, a lot of girls, so I was a little happy about that. And so if the stereotype is about ping pong is it's just a boring sport, you just sit there back and forth, but if you're playing the game properly, you're active, you're around there, you're diving around, you're jumping, you're hitting shots. So I like it like that, and I kind of got my friends to that, and they play it more, and they're getting into it now, so we're almost on the same level. I'm clearly the better of them. But it's one of the most recreational sports in America now. People will have ping pong tables in their home, in the gym, and wherever. So when you think about ping pong, you think about Chinese and the Asians and how it's more kind of sport for them, because that's where it is more popular, and that's where the better players in the world are from, and they're from the Asian part. And so, but it actually originated in Britain in 1880, where it was kind of just like people would gather around. It was an after dinner activity, but it was a lot different. You had a long table, and instead of a net, which they have today, they just piled up different books, and they had a golf ball, and they didn't have a racket, they had a hand. So they would hit the golf ball back, and a lot of people would get injuries, people would lose an eye, or I don't even know. But it was so that's how it originated, and today it's on a long court, divided directly in the center with a net. And it got so popular now that in 1926 they created the Table Tennis Association, so people can join it. And actually back then anyone can join it. If you wanted to play, you can get in and participate, and so it was kind of new to everybody. And a few years later, in 1926 actually, London was the first town to host the World Championships, and so that was a big event for everybody. People from around the world who were serious about ping pong and would come in and they would play. And now today it is a major Olympic sport, mainly dominated, like I said, by the Asians. They're more into it, I don't know. But the Americans, I did have won medals. Never a gold medal for Americans in ping pong, but they won bronze and silver. And what else? I'm blanking out here. Forgive me. No. So much more. Okay, I'll talk about a little bit of the dimensions of the court. It is 9 feet long in length and 5 feet in width. And the table is about 30 inches above the ground. And once you start getting going, you can put some spins on your shot. There's top spin, which is the one I prefer to use, because you can put a lot of power on your shot, and it's tough for them to return, and the ball will spin forward. And in order to use that, it's more common to finish with your follow-through above your head. That creates more top spin. Or there's backspin, or a slice, where you would cut down on the ball. If you're using your forehand, you would cut down on the ball, creating it to spin backwards, and that would make it a lot more difficult for your opponent to return your shot. Or if you want to use your backhand, you would also cut backwards, which is a little tougher with the backhand, and so that would create a little bit more top spin. And there's also a side spin, which is far more difficult of the 3 spins. You would kind of have to cut over. I haven't mastered it yet, so still working on that. There is the International Table Tennis Association, which is, you guys have the rules and regulations in front of you, and there are some different. There are far vast rules that I don't even know, and there are little tiny details that are bizarre that the game consists of. I got a ping pong ball for you guys. This is what it is. It's about 40 millimeters in diameter, and I passed it around, but it's a ping pong ball. You guys have probably all seen that. So, so much more. Oh, okay. there are 4 different events you can play. There's men's singles, men's doubles, women's singles, and women's doubles. And this is all run by the International Federation of Table Tennis, and they control everything. They control the events in which they're played in, they control where they're played in, who can participate, and all these bunch of different things. I know there's a big tournament in Las Vegas they have every year. There's one in New York City coming up. I think it's in the middle of November, and that's supposed to be a big tournament. And what it is they just have everybody come in and play, and there's usually teams. There's also team sports, which they actually, in 2008, the Olympics eliminated doubles from competition and replaced it with teams. And what teams is there's 2 teams, typically 5 or 6 players on each team, and one player will stay in and will just keep playing until they finally lose a point. Once they lose a point, they'll step off and their next teammate would come on, and he would stay on until they lose a point. So if you're really dominant at the game, you can stay on for as long as possible if you keep winning the points. And there's doubles. Doubles is far more, it's difficult to understand because there's 4 people on each side, and it's very small to begin with. So you have to serve it to one side, and a single player can't hit the ball more than once in a row. So it has to go to the opposite person each way, and that's basically how it's done. And the score is played till intervals of 11. So they're played for 11, 21, or most team sports are played to 31. And it's always win by 2. You can't win an event by just 1 point. You have to win by 2. That way service can't be held. But for me, I'm not really too competition about it. I actually just recently got a table in my basement, so I like to have a lot of people come around. And it's actually nice because when me and my friends are kind of disputing on any sort of argument where we want to go eat, we'll be like, all right, I'll play you ping pong. The winner picks where we want to go eat. So it's cool like that. And it gets into it. Like, people get serious about it. People are screaming, yelling, oh no, F this, blah, that was out, no. So it's really fun. And if you guys want to come play, I know there's a table in Jasper. You should come play sometime, I guess. That's about it.